the one and only M.C.A.D.E as my co-host tonight. ADE, how are you tonight?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. What's going on now?
Nothing much. So, what do we have in store for tonight?
Well, you know, there's been a lot of discussion about what's going on. And as everybody knows, um, Black Lives Matter.
Of course, all lives matter.
And we just want to give our 2 cents
Okay.
on, the whole situation. We also have a number at the bottom of the screen for anybody to call in and give us your questions or feedback on what you think. Um, but that's basically, what's going on. I guess the one clip, guess what we'll start this out with. Um, this here.
Stay with me. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back. And the police just he's covered. He ain't killed my boyfriend. He's licensed, he's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet, and the officer just shot him in his arm. We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will. Fuck! He just shot his arm off. We got pulled over on Larpener.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand off it.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead. Please don't tell me my boyfriend just went like that.
Keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are.
The videos, the pictures, it's just terrible what's going on, in the world and what's been going on. Because like he said, this hasn't, it's not that it just started. We didn't just wake up and ta-da, black person is dying today and a black person died yesterday. It's been going on forever. It's absolutely terrible. But when is it going to change? Who's going to change it? When is it going to change? Is the sad part, because we have no answer to that.
Well, I would say, I think that people they do get the wrong idea when you're speaking of Black Lives Matter, because they think, I guess, you're being racist or something by saying Black Lives Matter, like white lives or any other life doesn't matter. And that's not the case.
No.
It's just saying that, you see, nobody never stood up
Right.
and said that Black lives matter.
Right.
So unfortunately in this country it was just a given that Black lives didn't matter.
Right.
So that's why Black Lives Matter has to be said.
Right.
Because, even the Constitution and how they have it set up, that, we're like, what, 1/3, 2/3 citizen or something crazy, some crazy stuff that's on the books. So we were never really considered. We just were brought here to do their work.
Right.
And be raped and killed and whatever else that was going on. So we just want people to understand that part. That when we say Black Lives Matter, we don't even afford the right. We don't even, have the time to be trying to say, oh, your life doesn't matter. we trying to
Simply tell you, we matter too.
exactly.
We matter too.
Yeah, y'all already on the books. You're
Right.
good.
Right.
But my thing is, these guys shouldn't even be on the force. They shouldn't even. They shouldn't
Yeah.
even. It's like they just hire anybody and give them a gun and a badge and say, hey, go do this job. There has to be some kind of training. There has to be, some kind of teaching to these guys, or just picking through who to put on and who not, because there's some kind of psych evaluation or something. Because a lot of these guys, I don't know, they just come out of, school, college.
The thing is, my thing is, well, they are training them.
Uh-huh.
But they're training them to do what's going on right now, to shoot to kill. And there's no reason that officer should have shot Fernando. That's his name.
Yeah.
Why did he get shot? He shouldn't have got shot, period. One, he was still in his car. He had not drawn out his weapon. And two, he stated he had a weapon. Three, you shoot him 4 times?
Yeah.
4 times for what?
The thing about it, why did he even stop them? Because first it was said that he had a broken tail light. Then it turned around that there was no broken tail light.
Right.
But what nobody really said was why he really stopped them in the first place. And come to find out, this is what was said on that account.
Donkey today for Monday, July 11th. Today is the 11th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It goes to police officer Geronimo Yanez. He's the officer who shot and killed Philando Castile. Murdered him in cold blood when he reached for his wallet. After informing police officers he had a gun, and after telling police officers he was reaching for his wallet. Now, when the story first broke, people were saying he was pulled over for a busted taillight. But KARE 11 TV in Minnesota has published what may be police dispatch audio showing why Philando Castile was stopped. It wasn't for a busted tail light. Nope. It was for the features that God gave him. Now, this audio I'm about to play is thought to be Officer Yanez. I mean, I don't know who else it could be, but let's hear it.
The 2 occupants just look like people that were involved in a robbery. The driver looks more like one of our suspects just because of the wide set and all this.
A minute and a half later.
All three. Shots fired.
Copy. Shots fired. Lerpener inside. Do you need medics?
All three. One adult female is taken into custody. Driver at gunpoint.
Now let's play that clip one more time. Stop it right after the wide nose part, please. I want to...
The 2 occupants just look like people that were involved in a robbery. The driver looks more like one of our suspects just because of the wide set and all this.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Now, if that isn't racial profiling, I don't know what is. Okay, it's one thing to say someone fits the description, but to say they look like people who were involved in a robbery, and the sole reason you think they look like a suspect is because of their wide set nose? If wide noses is what is making us suspects in robberies now, we don't stand a chance, okay? If you got a wide nose...
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's sad.
And that is racial profiling.
Yeah.
That was the reason he
definitely
pulled them over. And once he already racial profiled him as a criminal.
Even
he was already
still,
at a heightened
it gave
state.
him exactly, but it still gave him no valid reason to shoot him, not to fire his weapon, not even if he was a suspect, which he wasn't, but even if he was, you had no valid reason to shoot him.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But just to find out really why this boy died, was because this guy racially profiled him, and this is what they do. They just pull you over because you're black. I was talking, I was on the computer and I did a little something, and this guy was on CNN, and he said something. He was a white guy, and he was talking to this black girl, and she, she's, educated or whatever, and she said, and he said the root of the problem was education and economics, and she cut cut him off. And she was like, no, I dare you say something like that. That's such a offensive. I'm not going to allow you to bring that up at this time. But she was so keyed up in her point that she totally missed his point.
Yeah.
Because he was speaking the truth. That's what I say all the time. I tell people that. It's economics. You know, it's economics and education why we are, having this problem, and what can be fixed is we need to address that. Because first of all, this country, they act like they don't understand. They take a group of people, put them in a cage, basically, by putting them in these areas, like the projects and different secluded areas, and say, hey, don't come out of this area. You come out of here, you're going to jail. Or something's going to happen to you, we catch you outside of here. Basically, quote unquote, that's what they were saying for years.
Right.
And then it's like when you do come out and try and get a job or go somewhere, it's like you're denied, or you're not paid fairly, or you're treated a certain. So when you do all these mischievous, dirty, nasty, slimy things to people, it's just like keeping a dog in a cage. When you let him out, he's going to run wild. And it's not because, that was something that he was pre-existing to do. It's because you've trained him now.
Yeah.
And if we can give better jobs, better education, where we can take care of our own families and do things for ourselves, and, stop trying to separate the fathers from the mothers, and, put them on welfare, and all this was destruction of the black family. So we need to address those problems. Then, a lot of my homies that's in the hood sitting there because the jobs that they get ain't cutting it. The education that they have because of the piece of school that they went through, and they just was passed through grades and didn't learn anything because they just wanted to push them through. Now they wouldn't be in such a state of, man, the only thing I can do is go out here, rob, sell dope, or do something crazy and illegal.
Yeah.
Because after you beat somebody down so long mentally, you got them thinking they're worth nothing. So they're not looking at the brighter side of life. They're not looking at doing things that, white folks in the suburbs and different places look at, family and creating, bonds and unities. They're not looking at that because you ingratiated in their brains that they're nothing. So they feel like everything they deal with is nothing, and hey, it's just all downhill. But this is something that America has created.
Yeah.
And I say that we do need